tell me how you're feeling, your focus this week, and your intentions for the call. I am feeling well rested after so much vacation. Focus for the week is PFP collection, nice NFTs, and oh boy, and our give distribution. And I'll leave it there, actually. Intention for the call is to facilitate, and I will pass it on to Griff.
My intentions for my goals for the week are to kick off the QF, that funding, like quadratic funding research. So that's exciting, and schedule my life for the next few months, which is also, but I guess that's off topic. And then intentions for this call, nothing really, just be present, and then. What's the other one? I'm feeling great.
How are you feeling?
I'll pass it over to Lauren. Lauren, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I hit the rocket button, not the mute button. Yeah, I'm feeling good and happy to be back also from vacation. And my intentions for the week are really just to catch up and like see what's going on. I'm gonna probably help out a lot with this quadratic funding integration thing. So that's where I'm gonna be putting a lot of energy now that Give Power is out. And but so like this week I'm mostly kind of just like catching up. There's so many interesting things going on the development side. I want to look at this homepage redesign and all kinds of fun things. But yeah, I'm not well oriented yet, so I'm still just getting there. I don't have any intentions for the call other than to like see what's going on. So I'm going to pass it on to Corey.
Hey, thanks. Feeling pretty good. My focus for this week is, kind of setting priorities for comms with the kickoff of the new year. Looking into especially maybe some content around like what we're planning for 2023 to follow up on the recap we put out last week. And my intentions for the call is also just to sync up and catch up on things. So that's it from me. I will pass it to you, Suga.
Thanks. All right. Hey, everybody. I gotta sit down for this. Feeling good. Where am I? Did my sort of like twice, once every 2 years, chopping off of the hair to donate. So there you go. I'm short haired again. So feeling good about the new year. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm stumped also. Hang on a second. Plans for the week. I want to get some energy behind the Griff and Kevin's coordination mechanisms. Crashing. Am I back? I'm back, right? Am I back?
You're back.
Oh dear, sorry. I don't know where I got cut off, but okay, so back to Gov. Yeah, just catching up and everything on the forum. I also had some vacation, but just want to get some love on the coordination mechanisms in terms of comms and moving forward with some other comms feats. I will pass it to Heather. I think I'm crashing again.
Hello, yes. Well, I'm feeling a little sleepy. But my intentions for this call is just to give some worked out updates since the vote passed. And my intentions for this week, I'm actually pretty busy in general magic with 2 roles there. Maybe reaching out to some candidates and filtering the pipeline. But then I'll also have some things in Giveth, going to be following up on the hackathon track for ETH Denver and just general planning of that, and yeah, seeing where all of my messages take me that I got that I didn't respond to that I need to. So yeah, I think that's all, and I will pass it to Mo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hello, everyone.
Which one?
Me or
Oh,
you?
go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, Mo. I'm good. I'm getting better. My focus for this week is just to think more, try to make up because I was totally absent last week, and my intention for this call is just to get see the recent updates from the governance side, and a little bit distracted working in the background. And sorry, Mo, I pass it to you again.
Thanks. Okay, so I'm feeling good. And my focus this week is a lot of things on the homepage, and also the header, and basically everything that you can see at the start. And intention for this call, just sync up with everyone. I pass it to Mateo. Did he go? I don't think so.
No more, I didn't go. Thanks. Hey guys, have a great 2023. Night with the best of energies from my side. We are working on the fiat testing side finally for having Unwrapper on the app. I am also planning to do some internationalization meetings with Almond, Kotavi, and Franco about doing the Spanish translation for the app finally happen. And I'm also interested in working with Kotavi about a proposal that we want to do about a Giveth simulator. It should be a really great idea for Eat Denver and Flea on Merida next February. So we are trying to make a forum post. So if everybody is interested in giving it a go, we should be working on that for the next couple of months. Nothing besides that. I'm not distracted. Really happy to be here and expect to learn from all of you. I'll pass it to Alma.
Thank you, Mateo. I'm feeling tired, kind of exhausted. My focus for this week is the GM Griff podcast launch. Is also the first event for the community, which is a really fun trivia, and the Giveth Community Ambassadors program that we're starting to create. And my intentions for this goal are to sync up with governance. And I'll pass it to Carlos.
Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy to be here. Well, I was on vacation last week, so this week I'm really syncing up and see what's going on. Same for this meeting. Just here to listen and catch up. Yeah, no distractions, and I'll pass it to, let me see who's missing. Anders, no, Heather, when? Nicola, did you go?
Yes, thanks, Carlos. And Happy New Year, everyone. I'm so excited to kick off this year with you guys. I'm feeling motivated. However, I'm feeling a little bad because there were so many things I wanted to do last week and I didn't get to do them. So I have a lot on my list. Definitely excited to catch up and keep the flow in the verification, rewards team, dive deeper into forum, which is also one of my New Year's resolution because I did really bad job last year. And yeah, no distractions. Pass it to Ashley.
Hey everybody, happy Monday. I'm feeling super excited to be back and get the wheels turning again. I'm excited for the new year and everything that's going to come in the next few months. My focus this week, I guess, just kind of like catching back up with the activity of things in community were sleeping kind of during the holidays, so now it's time to like kick that back into gear and pick up some of these partnerships and start moving forward on some of that. So I guess that's kind of my focus for the week. And my intentions for the call: sync up on governance, see if I need to vote, and stream the call. And I will pass it to Santi.
Thank you, Ashley. Happy New Year, everyone. My intentions for the call is to just catch up on everything that's going on governance. And my focus for the week is going to be the PFP collection, the anti-recirculation team, and also the mapping tool that we're working on with Clara. And I think Jazz is the last one, isn't her?
Yes, thank you, Santi. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm feeling great today. Intentions for this week: finally, holidays are over, so people are back and full grants and investment reach outs in motion again. A lot of follow-ups needed. And intention for the call, pretty much just to be synced up. And I guess back to you, Mitch.
Thanks for that. We got everybody, I think. Cool. Great. Well, then, Happy New Year, and let's get into it. No priority agenda items added into the top of the agenda, so we will just move right into. This is done. But stuff in our DAO to vote on. This is not here anymore. Sorry, it's not real. Snapshot. Nothing in Snapshot to go on. Give Garden, same as well. In the NR Give DAO, Ashley just put up the votes for round 26 givebacks. And nice token distribution. So I think those are ready to be voted on in there. And we've got about 20 hours to do so. So go ahead and vote on that. And I think that's it. Nothing in the multi-sigs. Token log still doing its thing. Let's go a little check on token log there. What's it doing? Uh-oh. Where's that link? Token log, yeah. Now we just looked at this in the last call, but here's an update for you guys. Top place in 2023 is the Giveth referral program. Second place, project activity feed, PFP collection, multi-level accounts, project discussions, refactoring. We've got an analytics dashboard somewhere down here, and so on and so forth. So I know if you guys are holding some Give tokens, you can get in there and weigh in on our token-weighted backlog.
Sorry, can I jump into it as Mitch right now?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, what happened to our Fiat integration? That was on the top, and I suddenly figured out that it has been closed, and we have this Fiat exploration at this. So because it was at the top of the long time, we lots of attention to it. Right now it's not on the top, so
the only way would be if somebody closed the issue.
I saw that Griff closed that issue. I think it was because we have two cards for it. Was assuming that we can have the total votes.
My bad. I think it was also in my board. And I was like, okay, I did my check and I closed it. I'm really sorry about that, guys.
No problem. So,
No, it's still being built. Like we're not building things in this exact order. It's just like a signaling tool. But we know, like you and Mattia have it on your plan. So it's not like we're not going to stop building it. You know.
Thank you. I got it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, mystery solved there. So that's it pretty much for things to vote on at the moment. If we move on into the forum here, we got a couple different things through in there. First thing I want to just bring attention to again is the governance analytics integration. We talked about this a few times. They're kind of coming around wondering if we're keen on getting them to build something. So I mean, I had some meetings with Mahesh. They came and talked to us a few times, and I would just like everyone to read it and vote on this poll or leave some comments. It looks like very likely we can use Karma to improve our reward system, getting really detailed analytics, like more so than source code from GitHub, from the forum, from Snapshot. So it looks really cool. But yeah, some more engagement will be needed to push this forward. Does anyone have any questions or comments? No. I put this one on here. This is the Chainvine referral program, but I just saw in the last call that you guys wanted to talk about it during the Give Economy development call. Well, that's the wrong link. Whoops. Sorry guys, I'm off my game this morning. Wow, okay. Well, I'm curious. We got people on the call here. It looks like there's like some sort of debate. Oh, and there's no meme either.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I think that there's a big question here on like we passed a proposal basically to fund these guys, and then the devs are like, this is actually a waste of time, and it'll be more work to pay them to do it than it would be for like it'd be more development work to do it their way than it would be for us to just do it our way, and then we wouldn't have to pay them on top of it. So it's of course a very fantastic sell, but then we have a governance issue because we actually voted to do this. So I mean, I think we'd have to vote or something to not do it too.
I mean, it sounds like if there was just a lack of information, maybe we can revote with the new information.
What I'm wondering is like, why are the devs? It's like it seems like it's a bit late, or maybe our advice process was too fast. Because it's like, why are they looking into it now after the Garden's proposal passed?
They're looking into it because Monique, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they're looking into it because now they have to do it, right? They have to work with this other group to actually do it, and as they're doing that, they're like, wow, this is a whole lot of work. My question is there some kind of benefit from that extra work? Like, is there some kind of network that we're being included in, or, what are we missing?
Yeah, I think that we were looking for a referral program for a long time, and Ahmed said that we can make it, and we get surprised and say, okay, let's do it, And I take a look at it, and it didn't look so much work. I voted yes, and also on the forum post, I supported it. We did not talk about it in details with the devs.
Yeah, I can jump into there because I think there was a little bit of misunderstanding and lack of communication in the beginning, because we were told that they would handle that part if we, of course, paid them. But then after a couple of calls, we noticed that the work was going to be too much, and also more devs were integrated to the conversation that they were not. In the beginning, there was only Carlos and me, and I think for the future, a better practice is to integrate more of the devs that have more skin in the game in that sense, and can give a stronger opinion, like Amin and Sharik, as they mentioned in the forum post, and not only have like a lack of, I don't know. Yeah, it was like a decision that was made too fast, maybe, and with little details, because from their side, we didn't expect that we would do as much as work as we had to. So I think that we can learn from this mistake. I take it with Carlos because, yeah, I think that we had a different expectation from that part. So yeah.
So what do we do? That's a big question.
I mean, I agree with Reeve that we could do another voting. Go ahead, Lauren, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. We could do like a snapshot.
Do we need token weighted voting for this one? Or is it just like a forum thing, or is it like...
I mean, the DAO used tokens to in an exit. I mean, Gardens. If Ahmad wasn't middlemaning this, the money would have went straight to Chainvine.
Yeah. I think we should do it in like officially, and even like we should tweet about it and be like, contentious hot topic.
Sure. Okay. Sure. I guess that makes sense since we did vote on it with in the Gardens.
Wait, why would we tweet about that?
To get more visibility on it, because like people could have voted in the garden and then they're kind of like, okay, I voted on this proposal to pass, and then like it doesn't get passed because like I think it's like we need to have not just our community and people who show up to the governance calls being aware of it, because they could have voted on it as well.
Yeah. Okay. I like that plan.
Hey guys, but
Carlos.
well, I had right before vacations a quick meeting with them and Ahmad, and Ahmad moderated. But the thing is that apparently they already started, because in the first meeting I had with Mateo, that the thing was a lot more complicated. They decided to make a small API, which I think it's already done. So that it's easier to integrate in our backend. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that basically they already started some work.
I think it's mentioned in the forum post that we need a meeting to make a decision. So let's talk it in the Giveth call, then we can make a decision about that.
So who? Okay. All right. Well, that makes it awkward. Like, was it clearly communicated that like they should start the work on it, or did they just like go ahead and start doing it? Do we know?
Well, in the first meeting I had with them and Mateo, there were tons of technical things, and yeah, we thought that an API would be easier, and seems they jumped right to it.
Yeah, they built the API. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm sure we said that we were not gonna jump on this issue right away.
Okay. Well, I think Lauren's idea of putting it up one snapshot seems like the best next step. And yeah, what do you think? Like from what Mateo said, how can we try and make this better in the future?
Well, my idea is first, I think we should include more people in the meeting. I feel like this was more like a secret meeting. So if someone is moderating, let every party that is interested know and invite them to the party. Not just maybe one dev or developer or two, but maybe someone that maybe a team lead like Amin or someone that is more involved in making these decisions. For example, the person that passed the vote, that created the vote. I don't know. Maybe include you, Mitch, to see if hey, yeah, we can start this. We can or not, whatever. Like not just leave it to one person or two. Just include more people in these meetings that are from third party.
That makes sense. Well, I wish Ahmad was here. Go ahead, Monique.
Ahmed, at the first time, just let me know that, hey, Monique, I want to start this. Just ask him to make a token log, create a forum post. I think we have a routing. If you want to follow up the open roadmap stuff and, product management, we have to, nobody has to wait for the devs to come. The product owner or the project manager, have to this kind of synchronization with all the team members, and and there's a flow for decision making in the DAO. So yeah, I think that sorry.
No, go ahead. No. Wanted to say something, but finish, sorry.
Sorry. I think, in my idea is that if we want to follow up that open roadmap stuff and everybody knows about this, that's maybe, it's also first practice of, a product manager come and take the flag and do that. So I think Ahmed said that I want to set up a meeting on Friday, and I said that the Friday is the day that, the Middle East team is on vacation, or so you can invite. And I asked him that, do you want front end or back end? And I said both. So I just said that Metal or Carlos is enough to contribute in that meeting. I was thinking, as a whole, that for this, making this kind of decisions, I think it's okay that we have a flow. We talk about it several times in our meeting that, hey, we have this Chainvine. What's up? And Ahmed was on vacation, and I asked Carlos to add me in this group, and Amin and other devs, that wasn't the meeting, they have to get synced, and we have to wait for them if we want to be, open source, and we have to open roadmap. That was my idea, just.
Yeah, I wanted to add about that because the communication was made in the beginning and there was opinions in that moment, but there wasn't strong opinions like Amin's in the last topic, I think in 1 or 2 weeks ago. So I think the problem was the miscommunication about how it would benefit from us, and the lack of strong opinions in the beginning of that sense, because by the time that we agreed, nobody had a strong opinion that we shouldn't do it. So I think, I don't know, it's more about getting more involved, or it was a bad synchronicity in there with Amin on vacation or something happening there, because for my understanding, and Carlos I know, and also Monica and everybody that was involved, they were going to do some API, some work, and it should be as easy as just connect a little bit of that into our code base. So yeah, I think in this time it was just bad luck that we didn't have the right strong opinions in the right moment, and then we had it a little bit late when everything was just approved. So yeah, I expect that we can solve this quite easier, and maybe they haven't done much work. They shouldn't have, because I think that we didn't put the green light in that side. So yeah, I think that we can just be a little bit more active in the forum. I want to improve that in this year, to be more active and read more and write more. I think I should mention that to the whole dev team, because I think Monique and admin are the most active people in those comments there. So yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Mitch.
Okay. Cool. Well, there's a few more things we want to get through this call, but I think right now to deal with this issue, we need to figure out whether we're going to go ahead with it or not. And there's still some space for some comments in the forum, but I think we should put up a snapshot, whether we do it the chain vine way or whether we build it in-house, and when we're going to build it, you know, because I mean, where does chain vine fit among all of the other things? It looks like it just went up in the token log, but like, you know, these things can happen overnight, and we've already got a million other things on the go, so where does it really take priority? I'm looking at maybe Mateo or Carlos or someone else to maybe, you know, compile all the details and maybe make a snapshot.
Yeah, I think I want to coordinate with Ahmad and see what's the status from their side. If they did some dev work or they didn't, I think that should give us a little bit more of important information to do the snapshot. So after that, we can do it.
Okay, good. Everyone heard it. Mateo's going to take care of this.
But I'll help him, and we should coordinate with Ahmad.
Great. Cool. So you guys will talk to Ahmad and Chainvine and move forward with a vote. Great. Yeah, I think you guys will have the most context here. Okay. Well, I hope we work it out, and I hope we learn how to work with other teams better in the future. Another hot one here. Next topic is the concrete project ranking model. Rainer, back with things. So it looks like there is some proposed concrete changes to the project ranking model, using some different data points, and lots of discussion below.
Yeah, I can speak to this or answer any questions if anybody has any.
I think that there's some context that's missing, or like, you know, I think it's an interesting it's a cool proposal, and I really like getting these other things in there. One thing that, you know, ranking means a few different things. There's the rank number that's on a project, right? There's the givebacks and how much givebacks they get back. And then there's where they are on the front screen. So those are three different things, and I wonder which ones are the most important, you know? It's really convenient and nice to have them all combined. It's much simpler that way, and we don't want the extra complications. But at the same time, it is really valuable for the Give token holders to decide almost 100% of how the give backs are distributed, right? Because the holders are the ones that are affected. They're like the biggest stakeholders. So, as in, like, if it goes to some, yeah. So, yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to divvy up these three things because that makes the app more complicated. But at the same time, maybe we should, and then that would make. Yeah, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that, or Ashley especially? Does that make sense?
Basically, you're trying to clarify that this ranking system won't affect the givebacks percentage, right?
Well, that would be one option, you know, and that would make it a lot easier, I think, if it's just the default sort and the number, but then the givebacks percent is separate. But that's like, it also adds a little bit of complication and a lot of work to support that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you though. I think that Give Power rank and the Givebacks program should definitely be give holder decided, and that this ranking system would more be like replacing our current quality score or what the quality score was before we had Give Power. So it would include things like amount of hearts and amount of donations, as well as like an impact score that would be given by the verification team. So there's a lot of different aspects to be taken into consideration, but I agree that it shouldn't affect the givebacks percentage. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think like there's so many ideas of like how to change the way ranking works, and in the end, anything we add dilutes give power, on the other end. So it's like, but I think
Projects page is like the default just wouldn't be give power. You could still, filter it by give power results or the give power rank, but this would also give other projects a chance to like get up there and be seen because maybe they weren't boosted, Otherwise, we're just going to keep boosting the same top projects. And it doesn't really give project owners or anybody outside of, it's like very plutocratic. Givebacks is so plutocratic that nobody else has a chance. It's like the people with the money have the power, which is the way it's always been, and that's like the problem that I feel like
the people who have been donating have the power.
Right. So.
I mean, that's what we said. It's going to be a donor-driven platform. So that's what we said for the last 2 years.
Is that working? I don't know.
I don't know, but that's what we said we were going to build. So donor-driven, people are donating, they're getting the give tokens, and then they're like the ones that can then decide a lot of things on the platform. So if you want to change that, then we have to reconsider that, like, do we want it to be mostly donor-driven, or do we want to like add something else, or...
I don't see how this changes that at all. Like, I don't see how this would change it being donor-driven. It would just, like, take into consideration the voices of the whole Giveth community instead of just the ones with the tokens. Because project owners are using the Give tokens that they get to fund their projects, Like, do we expect them to hold on to donations so that they can participate in the economy instead of actually working towards the mission of their project?
Projects are being donated give tokens from donors who got them from donating.
Yeah, and they shouldn't use the funds that their donations to actually further the mission of their project. They should hold on to those tokens and not actually use them for their project. They should use them to curate projects. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, they could use it to boost themselves in the end. Anyway. They could use those give tokens to boost their own project to incentivize more donations. Whether donors are just donating give tokens is a whole nother problem itself.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the whole way that Give Power doesn't take into consideration the voices of anybody else besides people with lots of tokens, like yourself.
Well, I've only heard this so far from Griff and yourself about this plutocratic, and a few others, but like, I don't know, have Project expressed that they feel like everything's plutocratic? Have projects actually said that?
I've heard it from a few project owners, but I mean, that's why we made this forum post, right?
Give Power is plutocratic, and it's a thing for sure. But at the same time, like before, we were using platform data solely, and it was horrible. I mean, we had a horrible sort. There was no way in. Give Power made it way better. So if we're going to integrate platform data at all, that needs to be really well thought out, because what we had before, like just number of hearts, doesn't make any sense. Maybe recent likes are getting weighted way more or something. I don't know. We had the same issue with the sort before, right? That the projects on the top just get more hearts and have more platform data. So. But it was even worse because a project that was raising like $500,000 was not even in the top 10 of the. It was hard to find. So I don't know. The platform data seems really bad. So we need to fix that up. I really like including impact evaluator opinion, as in like, if you and Nicola are reviewing these projects at the beginning, that's valuable information that could be integrated somehow. But I think it's going to need to be like, it's the default sort and givebacks and that number on it. Like, it'll be weird if the default sort has like the top 3 and those have numbers 10, 12, and 15, So we just have to think about what we're asking for and how we would execute on it. It's a really confusing, like, I'm not sure what the real outcome is looking at this.
I also noticed today on the homepage redesign, there would be a bunch of easy to access like filters or like automatic ways. So it would be like, one of them was looking things up right away by like recently updated projects or new projects or any way to slice it up. And so it's like, maybe the default is ranking and then these ones coming after it are like just different ways of slicing up the information.
I'm sorry, Mitch, can you repeat that?
Well, I was looking at Mo Saeed was doing the homepage redesign, and so there's like a space potentially for adding a whole bunch of easy to access ways where users can see the list shown in a different order, right? So we have, default and ranked and oldest, newest, and most donated. So it's like maybe these ideas in the project ranking model, instead of affecting each one of these affecting the way that we distribute givebacks, we just look at it and how they show up on a certain view on the project page. Like, give holder opinion only 25 points. And this last one, I'm not even sure, like, how...
There's a document there.
Yeah, there is.
Maybe you can paste the forum post about the homepage at this topic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so how do we move forward on this?
I mean, I think it's still an advice process for a bit, so it looks like there's a lot of discussion to be had around it and a lot of different opinions, so leave them right there in the forum post, and then we can move forward.
I can't find that. Maybe if you could find me the homepage redesign, I can't find it right now. We don't have a Claire or a Frechelle today, so there's nothing. I don't know. They were talking about showing some sort of working group cost breakdown, but they're not here, so we will move on. Oh, is there anything on this project ranking model? I don't know. I don't really know what to say about this, to be honest. Oh, thanks, Monique.
I find it super interesting for discussion, and I would like to make sure to be able to go into the forum post and keep talking before we can get somewhere to some consensus.
I do think, as Mitch said, that including the more recent, the redesign ideas of the homepage might be valuable as well. So definitely check that out. It's relevant for sure.
Okay. Last thing I got is the Q4 Energive distribution. I just threw this up just before the call. It's 2023, so Q4 2022 is done. And so there's another round here of eligibility. Up to 55 Energive tokens. You're already an active contributor as of October 1st, 2022. If you're not sure how to ask for Energive tokens or you've never done it before, reach out in the DAO channel or send me a DM and I can show you how to get that done. And yeah, so that'll start from when we put up the first post asking for Energive tokens, and then it will close 1 month after that. And you cannot claim retroactive Energive rounds that you forgot to claim for. And so that is ready to go. Any other questions? No comments? Okay, cool. Buddy reviews. New year. I gotta track down that Lauren now that she's off vacation. Yeah. Make sure to have your buddy reviews quarterly. There's a self-review form here to give your self-feedback and for Giveth, and a contributor feedback form to give feedback to any of your fellow Giveth contributors. If you're having a buddy call, make sure to let all the unicorns know to give them feedback. And you can also do this at any time, filling out the form. And let Nico know if you're planning to have a buddy call soon. And that's it. We got 11 minutes left. Anything else to talk about?
Yeah, I do. It's
Yay.
small. Hey, yeah, so the partnership with WorkDAO passed. We got enough votes. And so now we'll start the phase of getting a point of contact person from WorkDAO where our contributors can ask personalized case-by-case questions. I don't know who that is yet because Dom, the woman that I've been working with, she's been out on vacation, so hopefully I can get that information this week and then start the process of connecting people who are interested. So yeah, it's a small update, but this is still a very hot topic that is on my dashboard. So that's all I got.
Cool, thanks Heather. Awesome. Well, anything else, people?
Yeah, I got a question. Would you guys be interested? Would it be nice for governance maybe be interested to have some periodic gravity stats general so that you know or we know that there's some movement happening because it's very invisible work at the same time, but maybe it would be nice for everyone to know that maybe we had, I don't know, X cases in last 4 months. What was the results? How transparent we can be? Just some thoughts to see if there's any like strong objection or support for this.
Support.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to know how many stats, but like being careful that we don't
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We don't air our laundry.
Just general. I think the intention of this would be to just make it more part of the routine. That yes, there are conflicts, we are addressing them, and we are growing through them, and it's it's happening. We're addressing them. I guess that's my point. So people know that the support is there and it's unfolding. Yeah.
How would you envision doing that, Nicola?
Maybe just starting. Yeah. Maybe once in 3 months, little post forum post, summary, something like
Mhm.
that. We also have a now regular graviton sync up, so it's all list on a plate right now, developing. Exciting.
Cool. I think that's cool. I think a forum post like every quarter would be a great idea.
Thanks. Cool. Yeah, that would be my only question.
Awesome. Anyone else? Gravity stats. Hey, tough crowd. Mondays.
I support it. I think it's a great idea because it is very invisible work, but it's definitely integral into how we transform conflict. So I think it's a great idea. There.
Thanks, Heather. Well, okay. If there is nothing else, then we will wrap up this call. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. And we will do this the same time next week. Adios.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.